item for all Salon people and then party them. Sierra Leone Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports, and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy, and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Bebe program then like Salon discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour and the Gladi program, Look Me, I Look You. All this they start soon na www.sierragemedia.org. Now who's tem these?
Hill Valley Academy is a school that provides the very best opportunities for our students to develop, grow, and mature into young adults who are encouraged to become patriots as well as global citizens. We have high expectations and ambitions for all our students. We provide a caring, supportive, tolerant, and challenging environment in which all individuals can grow and flourish. A graduate of Hill Valley Academy is a well-rounded human being capable of making the most of what life has to offer. We actively encourage academic excellence with a sense of responsibility. We look forward to welcoming you to our school and to meeting you in the not too distant future, because together we achieve the extraordinary.
When I was a kid growing up in Sierra Leone, my neighbor had a small TV. The television was beaming these images about famine, war, about diseases.
There was a silent majority suffering.
I am fed up with that kind of news. We can use culture and art to change mind and hearts and inspire action.
I was here as a student, and of course Charlie was my teacher.
I've asked him to join me on the journey to create a major new play to offer hope to our people.
We want to uplift our nation, leave legacy for our children. We are talking about national pride.
This is big, man. This has great magnitude.
Sometimes I feel afraid. I feel terrified when I think of the project.
Tito! What are they, Tito?
We are nowhere near waiting one for day.
I want this, I want it, I want it.
I want this thing for succeed, Koji.
This place fail and die.
Is this a curse or what?
People like you that make Sierra Leone the way it is.
You cannot give me blow, but you are this way, you cannot give me blow.
Oh man, just did lie, blame.
These are the things that have wrecked this country.
We need to move this nation forward. We're going to need to light a better future.
Akikola be second to last project. He died at the last. Rest assured, my brother.
Silverstone Beats. People killing, people dying, children hurt and hear them cry. what you preach, or would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. People got me questioning, where is the love?
See this life we live, oh, we all have to give, oh, yeah, yeah. Cause all I see is evil, and too much killing of my people, yeah, yeah. So let's bless one another, yeah, yeah. So let's help one another. I sing again, yeah.
What's me, I don't see this kind of thing where they happen. This not for be education opportunity. Now in we need, let we learn for the share, not to attempt for big greed.
You see this life, the live, oh, it's either we lose or we know. Stop killing one another, let's stand together, yeah. Stop playing the hero, looking at each other like we're zero. On the block with a C, money dip and make every day pan free, yeah.
R.I.P. They took our boys, they take our joy, take our joy. This study time we stop now crime. Don't blind bodies like your future.
Stop the stabbing, stop the killing. Let's love one another. Peace.
Where is the
I see fighting every day, I see dying every day. Why don't we help each other and pave the way for a better life, a life that we all deserve? Instead of killing each other, why don't we preserve? So you wanna be a bad man, he's gonna be a badder man. You got a big knife, he's gonna get a bigger knife. Our people suffered for years in chains. Now we turn on each other, cut for gains. For the ones that send the youth to kill themselves, you pretend to be a father figure but only care for yourself. You are nothing but the flesh of the devil. You're evil, low life on another level. Think about the mothers and the pain they go through. You don't care for these kids, they mean nothing to you. But karma only knows the boomerang maneuver. One day the Green Reaper will be your remover.
They set up the range, ranting up some sanctimonious food. Is a poetic verses, ruminate a prophecy given to a sentient dude. So I say it's at ease for you to listen and deduce the wisdom that's gonna liberate and galvanize you. Under the sun ain't nothing new, that for black and black crimes and breaking news. Under the sun ain't nothing new.
You gotta stand up, stand up for what you believe in. Gotta stand up for what is right. Cause if you got me, then I've got you too. Regardless of what you've been through, even when you're feeling new.
Where is the
Do this if we try. There's no time to waste, no time. Together forever, whatever the weather. Us as a unit working together.
See, I did not London, but me heart still not tongue. God don't lift me up, but me heart still not run. You will never go far if you don't know where you're from. So I don't do it for myself, I'ma do it for the young. Plead to my brothers, let's do it for the youngers. Why spend a bag on a jumper? Back where you're from, people dying with hunger. We people then they suffer. You then I yag, you the bluff, it's copper. You the game need for change, like we not get soft. Where's the love? Where's the love, yo? Where's the love? I said,
Where is the love?
Little youth, let's take time. Stop all the knife and the gun crime. Think of the future, paint that picture. Get a youth in the future. Peace gonna rain on me. Peace gonna rain on me. Yeah.
Let's stop the violence and come together. Get rid of knives and guns and bombs, let's be together. Pray peace and love, golden hopes through storm and weather. See what is going on.
Where is the love?
Tell me, how do you feel when you see your brothers and sisters lying down the street helplessly? And what will you do if you die today and find yourself in hell?
I want to ask you this. Look inside your eyes and answer me with all the truth. Where you get, whose side the love they?
When I left. Boku man them get nef. If you live by the nef, you go suffer. You know get sense, you know sabi say nef not for butter. Stabbing guys, yeah that's uncool. When it comes to knives, yeah I'm anti. What happened to fighting guys with your hands, G? When you stab a man, it's not one man you stab. Just remember that you stab a whole family.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and hear them crying. You can practice what you preach, or you will turn the other cheek. Father, 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 help us. sense of guidance from above. People got me questioning. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Sierra Leone Media Live on YouTube and Facebook. And I want to say welcome to everybody, and hope you do fine today, Thursday. It's yet another edition we'll come up with today, because I think we deserve to do one. And the reason for that now, because we get a lot of community activities and we don't they happen over the past couple of days, and it still continue to happen this weekend. But I want to say welcome to Ona, and if you just join me, welcome. If you're a newcomer, I can't see if you might start. That's if I'm able for them exactly. If you're not a newcomer, you just join me, welcome to you. And if you're now a regular, well, of course, say me now one of our co-hosts them, Sylvester Tiweduba. And I guess we co-host today where they can rub some salts from the no, you need to eat beef, you need to eat fish. No, you eat fish, but you eat beef, you need chicken. But they can rub some salt and season on the fish, because today now barbecue fish now they can make. And the barbecue fish they make, we get so many people and we are around with we get for can help we for make the barbecue fish. It's don't know how difficult barbecue fish has for make. And what we do today, we get two surface. The one layer now with charcoal, the other layer now with just hot fire. What's a hot fire? Now just the hot iron rod number we use. We need to use no charcoal there. And we want to see whose side and the two side them go cook properly, because Juma get for eat the barbecue fish today before done the program. But before I go inside, I want to say also welcome to the one already on YouTube, and I keep the conversation going today. Unfortunately, I won't be able to engage, but I think Juma will do that possibly or likely. But I introduce you now to the man himself, Mr. Juma. Over to you, Juma. Still welcome to BS.
Hello, family. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and good night, depending on who's your day. Thank you so much, T-Boy. And today, a special program we get for Una inside, with Sierra Media. We coach them also, we get boss them also. So today, I get for do less of the talking. And this not T-Boy in expert areas where it can to sports, to entertainment, to community stuff, especially we get for do the UK. So now I'm going to take the lead today, and me go there at the back end. They follow the chat group both on Facebook and YouTube. But like you say, if the barbecue fish out for cook, we go eat the roast fish because now we used to, and that they easy. We can get granite, get everything. So when a healthy roast fish, now we can eat today. Over to you, T-Boy.
Well, Juma, just don't tell you now, say me a fool. What to make you say so? That because you say, now me the deal with them, party some good girl. That's the last way for the positive, because you're so full, you need to do that. You need to do nothing for doing the serious program there. But guess what? This program, now make is Sudan and host, not come on for 2 years. And not just say, he don't pull belly, he don't pull head, he don't pull leg, he don't pull belly, he don't pull all things. If not Larry like meat in a plate, now see.
Well, we better not be better. Look, look at now. That's how well they are put. You know, coming close to slants.
I believe say the viewers the way they watch the guys now go be feel they're going to be so disappointed because a man got with you. Not shame. Soccer.
Well, I wouldn't say thing.
But you brother now you are not for talk. Anyway, like introduce and make himself say hello to viewers then. Because if I touch on the side for this particular purpose of this program today, what they can introduce after you don't talk, then we will know exactly why I think say this program very important for Juma and for Femi. Over to you, Femi.
Femi, you know good. Family una kushe, una kabo, una welcome. We always love having you guys. Without you guys, we would not be here. So we ask God for bless this day today and make it give you boku yes for make you wait name so they can't tell you because from the pre-show discussion it look like see me I get boku for gain. And me I admit you know, I used to be a very fit man. I am not no more. Last week I go play football. I've been a live on memory. I try to do certain things that we are not supposed to try to do at new age and condition. But to say, you know, when they watch television, we can see Wayne Rooney or other player them, you know, Pele, Ronaldo, them put certain style that you remember say, I saw people that style that have been pull out who have been small. I go try there and they oh yeah, almost days now I still they suffer. So right now, me and not like Tibo, they admit. But who been playing football the other day, somebody tell me, say, hey, Femi, look Tibo in waist. I say, hey, now Tibo in waist they watch. He say, yes. He say, because Tibo in belly, okay, tell us the belly don't big. But I don't be ever notice I say in waist don't big. So you see me, I admit, say, I'm unfit. Tibo will claim, say, fit. I be gonna ask me team up, no, watch back.
I think we as today we for tell God thank you. Femi at least don't bless the program. For the first time ever, Femi say, let God bless this program today. I don't know what's make this program get blessed today. Now because of the aftermath of the show. So some man of the intake blessing one time before we actually go into the show. But anyway, we are on a very serious note. The purpose of this show today, now for we emphasize on the most important thing on earth. The aspect of what they make we become healthy living beings, healthy human beings, healthy people around. Not necessarily means say if you not do certain of them things as you not healthy, because we have so many experts here today that are going to tell us a little bit more about some of the things that we would take for granted in our own lives. For example, we don't exercise that much, but some thinking we can physically exercise. But sometimes we don't because we feel say walking around the house. Oh, they exercise because I work going at the bus stop. But it depends on how you work going at the bus stop. What thing they make you work going at the bus stop, the way you work going at the bus stop. And the kind amount of footwear or necessary gears the way they work for work going at the bus stop. It can cause injury, it can cause fatal injuries, sometimes injuries that will lead up to you being hospitalized for some time. But not saying that, I want to introduce panelists and for today's show. These are gurus in their own field, and these are gurus in everything that they do. And when I say guru, not so 1 week guru, one of the guru there, he did this thing, tell yourself vex now, say you should not stop who the case you beat you, tie you, because they can kill me. What I mean by that, now guru, if he gets into something, he go do and take past all man say now beg now for rest. And we don't beg and make a rest. And since we beg and make a rest, we realize say, yes, this is something that we too should be doing. Like a Femi say, he say, maybe they don't big, but I will make it clear. Original. No pack.
See, boy, how you better go inside the yard get gallop. You know, as you get gallop, they get on back. you get on back. But you don't comment on the Tumba. Femi say then say you.
Well, there are a few reasons why I need a comment on the Tumba, because over the years since I was younger.
Did you get Tumba?
Hold on. When I used to be the most fittest among everybody in this platform, that was the best part of my attraction to women. They always say to me,
"Oh, the Tumba, I never like."
Of course.
That Tumba, now you get some. But anyway, continue to program. I'll not distract you.
You see, now the conflict now one for starts too. But anyway, on a very serious note, I used to be fit, but let me introduce to you the people who are here today to talk to us about fitness, about what is happening this weekend. And I think this is one of the most important calendar events in the year that none of us, when I say none of us, for any reason, should miss this date, because it is one of the most important calendar, like I said, within our community event that happens every year. But I will bring you one of the pioneers, one of the gurus, one of the pacemakers, and one of the renowned long-distance runner that we have within the UK community, Sierra Leone community to be specific. We don't break the barrier outside the Sierra Leone community, and you don't participate in a couple of marathons. You don't also participate in a couple of 10K runs. And you do 5K anymore because 5K is anything for losing up. Definitely, I'll bring you the man himself, Papa Ish. Over to you, Ishmael, and say hello to viewers then. And tell them just short is about yourself before we come to the rest of the members on the panel. Over to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you watch this show tonight, we plead for Leona share the program tonight. Maybe they are Mina DJ Ish, but everybody know me as Ishmael, and Mina a personal trainer and a gym instructor as well, and a DJ on the side. So we there today for at least talk about the Saturday program, and I started this thing where I cannot discontinue. I really love sports, but I started on my own, and then round about 2018, and decide for saying 18, let's challenge myself and see who's going to go. I register for a 10K run, which is the Vitality first event, first platform ever in my life. So I was a bit scared, go compete with the likes of the Mofaro, them, Jessica Innes and all that. That was my first experience. So I go there, not knowing anything about being into those platforms. The first experience was, I get so much fear on my tank. When they start the race, fire the gun, boom, I left at the pace. Only for reach 2 miles, I was like, everything was gone. But I managed to finish the race. So I decided to waiting with the experience and waiting I see around. So DJ Little way there go support me and family and all that. So I get for tell them, waiting. I think this is something where we go actually bring our community and for look at, because there's so many things that already happen around. We unhealthy, we not fit. There's so many things that happen around we. So these are something we start slowly, and they support the idea, they buy the idea, we started. And this is where we are today, with the likes of Dr. Ahmed, where we get now, we don't see way an expert, if we a doctor, we can give on medical advice and all that stuff they do. So here we are today, people. These are just the short briefing of me.
Dandy, it sounds short, but now detailed short. So I wouldn't say short, but detailed shorts. Cover all the necessary details that we necessarily need to be put into that particular introduction. But thank you very much, DJ. I believe, say, you know, one of the pioneer, and you know, one of the people who give me the courage for believe, say, yes, we can do certain things, we can run, even though I always say the day when they get me for a run at the park for 1 week, you have succeeded. That is my own target to you guys. But anyway, let me bring in the man who gets the man really around the man himself. I don't know how I'm going for introduce him, because like I said to him, if you don't stop what they do, so they catch you, tie you, and will make sure you rest. Because at some point, if you don't go beyond, where on man you look, you say, hey, no, it's happened. This one, like, you know, this not something that you go for. Because, you know, in that stage for go on marathon for going now. This not for fun. That can make you begin feel, say, we're not serious. Because we're serious bad. And once you ask that, so we don't do it before. But it make look like, but you know, family not important anymore. Because family carry a minimum of 60 kilo every day to work and back. But can you imagine if you be the one with that one day? Anyway, I'll bring you the man himself. DJ LITTLEAKAMONE.
Greetings and salutations, my family, my people, them. It's your boy, DJ Little, the Moses for Salon ENT. Thank you, Uncle T-Boy. Thank you, Brother Juma. Thank you, Uncle Femi. Greetings to Dr. Ahmed, and greetings to my brother, my business partner, me palava mates, and all things JJ-ish. me SpongeBob Square Pants. You know, Sponge, now in the so-called team. But anyway, we're truly grateful for dinner. So we want to tell Salon people them across the diaspora. Boku ado and boku thank you for we then stay up for watch this program, and when I continue, as T-Boy they say, let we pass on this message to the rest of the world, and because we get boku for talk. As T-Boy don't say a brief introduction, me na DJ Little, the Moses for Salon ENT, officially known as Abdul Wahab Sise by birth, and anything I do, I try to do it in excess, and try to get it. So with thanks to DJ Ish and bringing me into health and well-being, I want to say my life has been transformed, and I believe it's in a better place, and from a physical point, from a mental point, and from a social point as well, because meeting new people and new family is all a great thing. So thank you to my Countdown community family, and also thank you to the CAD HR working group as well.
AKAMONE.
Why?
Right. And I feel say the next person who I introduce now, one of the vital person for dealing with una all too, not just with your mental state, but with your medical state, and also the state at which they use each other as which ball? SpongeBob. So bringing in a doctor that knows how to deal with the mental and psychological state of these two people, I think was very important. And it was also mandatory that they have one, because I know little, I know in mental state, I know in physical state, and I know DJ equally so. And if they not get a doctor in the middle of these two people, it will be a medical disaster. When I say medical disaster, they will push themselves beyond reality, which will cause to their own demise. But definitely, I'm happy for bringing Dr. Ahmed. Tell me a little bit about yourself, and you always don't play among them two sporting enthusiasts there, because they can go to the extreme at times. So welcome to the show, Dr. Ahmed.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure for there on this platform. So happy for there. So again today, and in this context with DJ Ish, DJ Little, as you don't say, me not GP, but to be honest, Ish and Little, then at the expats where you camp and this chair, so then they lead me. You know, they say in life, you get to be ready for learn at any time. And you have to be open-minded as well. You know, so when Ish then begin the community background adventure 2019, I fit. Now they look the picture them from 2019 and compare to now, I say, wow, that's why I be fit. But I be say I fit extra now if that's why I be fit certain. But that's a fearful picture them. But you know, the important thing is you mentioned the psychological aspect. You see, exercise you get for enjoy, and body image that impacts people negatively. But you get for love yourself. One thing about the Countdown group, we get people of all kind age, all kind shapes, you know, male, female, all man they come and they do them best. And that's not what we want, especially for waiting they happen on Saturday, what kind of we can talk about today.
Doc, thank you very much. You talk like a doctor. I know say you have to reserve some of your adjectives for me in the description, but I'm not going to reserve none of those adjectives. I will help you for elaborate on them a little bit more of the different category of people that we get. We get the young, we get the old, we have the big, we have the small, and we get the fat, we get the dry, we get the slim, we get all shapes, but we fall under one category. Anyway, my own category, when people then see me in action, then they go determine which category they put me. So Ishmael, I believe say this now something really don't happen for the past couple of years. So tell us a little bit about Countdown Fun Run. We don't happen at Budget Park for the past 3 or 4 years. Why Una decided for being come up this countdown and the park run itself and try for limit them to maybe 5K, wherein people walk, they run or they jog. Tell us a little bit about it so people have understanding and the reason behind it all.
Why? Okay. I started with a 10K challenge, and with medium success, obviously we all not gonna be the same. So when we introduced the countdown community park run, so we started with the 5K, and then because you get people away now waka, but the concept of the waiting people let me understand what countdown, they feel say when they see me and little with waiting Ahmed, they feel say all we they do is just run. Waiting and understand, you get people away they start for waka. We get people away the waka, people away the jog and run. So we limit them to 5K, let people and build themselves up. Ahmed was doing 5K. Where Ahmed started, he was doing 5K. And then, because as he say, Ahmed in level don't pass Usai a day, he is no longer 5K runner. So I encourage him for let him try for step into 10K. And he did.
Give me a rough idea of how many times you have to go around Budget Park to complete a 5K run.
110. You go around.
The entire Budget Park.
Yeah, you go from the start, from the gates, you go all the way around to the pond, and then turn back, come out, and then do a left, go by the traffic lights, and then head back home. And that's it. The 5K you done. So basically, you get fast runners then where they do within 21 minutes. 19 minutes, 24 minutes, 34 minutes. And then you get the one the way they walk a power walk, we can do 45 minutes. They get the one the way they jog, we can do 50 minutes. So it all depends on you, but give and take, maximum an hour or 50 minutes, you're done.
Okay. Right.
For explain that now from Camberwell, go take to New Kent Road or Old Kent Road and come inside. Because if you say from here to the pond, just that landmark, I just want to clarify that.
Okay, from
Sabi London, not Sabi London better.
Not Sabi London. So now for we will not Sabi London, make a try for clarify.
The starting from the gates. The main
side the gates there.
Yes.
The gates there now Old Kent Road. Old Kent Road.
Camberwell.
Oh, from the Camberwell gate, I know they start from.
Gates, yeah.
Yes, okay.
So all right. At the gates. So we they give a leeway of like 5 to 10 minutes, just for stretch, warm up. Because in each and every session we do, the warm up, the main session and the warm down is very, very important. So 9 o'clock on Saturday, we actually meet by 10. So 10 o'clock, the race for don't start. So they give people that 15 minutes to get for do stretch, briefing on how the routes, but marshals and they on every station where they guide you for go, Usa you get for go, and then turn back and come to the finish line on the day.
Okay, well, you can be able to advise the runners the way they prepare for go on Saturday, the kind of gears they wear them for wear, because I know for to every gear that they are appropriate for run. You guys run in shoes, you guys run in top and run in trunks. So what you advise for the runners then put up or put on that day?
Yeah, thank you very much, Uncle T-Boy. And I think now very important question you asked. So over the last few years then where we don't do this, we can see with brothers then with sisters and then they turn up, most of them then casual wear, we don't go wear then jeans or normal clothes we don't go wear for go like now you usual Budget Park barbecue session. So it's important for we brothers, then we sisters, and they in the right gear. Your footwear are the most important thing when the first lesson and while learn and start this process of health and well-being. Because one of the key things, and the way Ishmael say, if you know how for sustain a serious injury, we will give you the opportunity for stay longer na this routine where you do so. You get for invest in the best trainers. So one thing the way DJ Ish impact on me is we know they compromise in terms of the quality of the trainers. When you look across the nation, the top athletes, them or you know they take health and well-being, whether not worker then they worker, whether not joggers, them then they spend the minimum is at least £65 and above on the trainers. But we not say we not get trainers the way no go cost less. You go get the trainers for £40 or £35. In fact, you understand. But again, then it depends on how much effort. Say if now once every 2 weeks you want for the do, but if you want for the one every week, invest minimum of £65 trainers. Now you look at Sports Direct and JD Sports, we know they try to promote any business or any of them sports shop them, then get leggings them for man, for woman. So a decent leggings we now and attire based on the season, if not summer season or a winter season. But obviously because of this Saturday, we still there in the summer period, you will get decent leggings that will cost you about £10, £12. And then the top, like this kind of top here, or waiting each way again can cost you about £10. So if you're ready for invest in yourself, say let's say £100, we in a 1 month phone bill dandy. You don't give yourself a decent attire for one, and we will prepare you for the day. But if you say now from now on to Saturday, you don't get that time day, look at the trainers the way you get. You get trainers that we get softer soles, we not too hard soles. We go able to allow you because you know a smile way each be the top body 5K walk, and I think say Juma be the try for emphasize on that point there. And no, I think that you T-boy because although DJ H don't simplify, so Budget pack in a very big pack. 5K, although it's in a 1 round, that 1 round they can swallow you the average person up to 55 minutes to an hour. So it's important person not take lightly. You value that 1 hour work a day because some Monday you know one day work intensely 1 hour. So Monday you know one day jog intensely 1 hour. So it's important that you value that 1 hour a day because budget pack when you start from that gate the way you should talk so till you come back and carry around that 1 hour a day could be a very, very daunting task where your recovery period will need at least 72 hours. That means another 3 days before you're able to come back to your normal routine. So it's important you prepare yourself well for that. You get the right footwear, you get the right clothing. And but again, the top, I'm not going to stress too much because we get tops then they on the day. We get other partners then they with the car with tops that we then get for share with people them. We get we own tops that they sell out if somebody want buy tops from we. And other thing, if you represent an organization, you can wear your organization in your t-shirt. So we're not so much forced, but our leggings, not wear jeans trousers, not wear skirts or not tie lapa or wear casual wear. You see you go able for can do it. That's it. That's not the right thing and exactly. Thank you so much, Obafemi. You understand? That's not the kind of right thing where you need now.
Let me show you the trainers when are the right trainers.
Yeah.
No, Femi, wait for see trainers. At least you're able to help people to understand the kind of foods we are, even though they're not able to afford you because you're very expensive.
All right. So, just add on waiting little talk on the right outfit where people are for wearing.
Yeah.
I know say we
thank you very much,
if we all spend money on different things then if you do it in you love you get for spend money. I know say women like they spend money on handbags and when they want to go out the outfit and they actually invest on that. And for like if you not sport somebody, you love your sports, you want to get to your fitness. I think it's wise for invest on waiting to make you comfortable because just like waiting DJ Little say, if you get on the right, because we get people them last year we come, then turn up in the jeans. Oh, I've been just waiting like you cannot be on that.
Buy tight push down. When then can change?
So this is just a sample. This you see this now Asics, yeah, and this is me training gear. This is me training gear. So you see one thing I can always explain to people. You see, there's a gel on this where they support your ankle. You see underneath. So if you don't want to sustain any injury, this lasts you for long. And this is
bring on to camera, please. We not see him. Bring on to camera.
So you see,
okay,
yeah. So this is the brand. So this is like 120 pounds. Yeah. This na me race trainers. This na me race trainers.
Okay.
So this is for mainly long distance. This is over 400 pounds. And this is the other one. So these are like, so you see how they make them. You feel like you're on top of the world. There's so much cushion in them.
So now your hand background and
thank you.
These are my long distance. You know? So even very important. And Dr. Ahmed can rub more on that.
I come to Dr. Ahmed on the diet side of things, what you need to eat before you go into those kind of run. But let me just make one statement quickly before I come to Dr. Ahmed about the amount of investment we women can make on themselves. I will differ you small things also just on handbag. And when it comes to this specific area of exercise, and I'm not against offend but people, but guess what? It's for the interest of all of us. But anyway, una don't mind me, una be at me. I am not trying to offend anybody. But women will spend 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 pounds to go and do maybe body ups. We go reduce them fat within their stomach, or reduce them fat in their legs, or reduce the fat in their bone. So they will go at all lengths for spend money on themselves when it comes to their beauty. So I never underestimate that at all. So for ladies spend 100 pounds, 150 pounds, 300 pounds on running shoes, I think that is nothing. But I just have to highlight to you, say the lengths at which women can go to spend on their body for them to look good. I think it will cost them thousands and thousands of pounds. But I always say, not look for quick fix and then you get for begin, run back for making a catch up on me. Do the regular. We will take you some time. We will take you roughly maybe within a month or 2 or 3 or 5 months or 6 months or even 1 year. But at least when you're able to do that period of time, you then maintain the body structure and you feel more healthy. You don't have to worry about scars on you. You don't have to worry about reactions of some of that stuff. Then I don't say this now docking on side, but like I'm to doc now and ask him a little bit more about dietary stuff. What sort of food do you need to eat before running within the space of how many hours you're supposed to do that food taking day will go be appropriate for make you run, you not feel like you could throw up, or you not feel upset, or you not feel bloated? What's going to be your advice on dietary stuff before and possibly after running?
Yeah, a good point. I just want to touch a little bit on the running shoes, because sometimes some people we want to come for the first time, and when they go see, say, this trainer is now 110 pounds, 400, but I don't feel like put off by that. You know, this now for just show say no more, we're running seriously. But I don't mean say you ain't kind of first day. If this now you first you for go begin spend that kind amount of money then. You know, so like how Little say, you get, you know, trainers different price, and depending on how often you run, and if you see say you like them, that's what say you go begin to spend a little bit more. So not feel put off. I mean, in terms of the diet, I mean, where they go run, then kind of run there. So, you know, like we end up with main sources of energy, then fat, carbohydrates, and protein, right? And if you look all the energy sources, then the one way we body can go to quickly. Now the carbohydrate sources first. When you don't the carbohydrates, then you begin for burn the fat. Now, in terms of where you go, it's different for different people. So somebody like Isho and Little, they don't use for run long distance. And when you run long distance, you don't use for burn a lot of fat. So they can run with just a little bit of carbohydrate consumption, because then body don't use then as fat burners then. Now that myself they head into that category a little bit, but generally, you want to make sure, say, you get some carbohydrates on board, especially things that we know they release. So, when I say carbohydrates are sugar. Even our main source of sugar, our main source of fuel. Not to that sweet added sugar where they add, but when it enter the body they break them down into tiny bits of sugar, and at that they give you the energy for not being able for go up and down all the time. So you want something where they release where they break down the carbohydrates and release the sugar slowly. So if you're able to get something where they release them slowly over however long it will take you for run the race, whether that's 20 minutes, half an hour, or 15 minutes, not the best. So things like banana. So you get some Olympic 5K, 10K runners, and with some everything they can eat that morning, slice of toast, then with banana inside, right? Now they can get a little bit of fat, maybe put a bit of butter for the race day, because they know say they need a lot of energy consumption for that day. But what for begin eat boku jam, because that kind of sugar they already broken down. So what's they happen as soon as you eat that kind of sugar, your body they release something called insulin, a lot of insulin, because you see so much free sugar in the body, and that it can make you get an energy dump. Sometimes within a few minutes, where you begin feel what's called hypoglycemia, where your sugar they go down, you begin feel faint. At times, if you not be careful, you go pass out. Then the night before, you can eat things like pasta, because pasta again are a good source of carbohydrate. A lot of marathon runners, long distance runners, and they like pasta because again they release them slowly. So then kind of sources of food and they're important. And the important thing also is hydration. Water. 60-65% of your body now water. So you have to make sure you well hydrated. And we don't say in England we don't get one of the hottest summer months. Even though temperature don't begin to cool down, it's still warm. So now make sure you well hydrate the night before. And also water again for be available on the day as well. But you can count with your own extra one. So the hydration really important as well as the carbohydrates.
So if somebody wants to go on and then if you say you don't lose a lot of sugar content in your body, and then you want to drink maybe a bottle of Coke, would you say that would be something, because you don't use for drinking Coke, because Coke they get energy for making able for stay up for long or make able for do some distance work? If you say that would be something where you would say, okay, take it because it's your normal intake of liquid that keeps you fit?
And that would be the recommended fluid intake, because again the sugar with the inside Coke, it already don't broken down. It mostly like glucose. So as soon as that sugar they come up, your sugar level at the blood they go really high. Your body release a lot of insulin, and they come back down quickly. Then what they happen is if somebody they every few maybe 100 meters for body you Coke. Right? Because as soon as the sugar go up, it calm down, you feel like say you don't deplete again. If somebody know the way they do that kind of boost, and you will feel like you're able to carry on, right? So you need something where going to be a little bit long lasting. So they get a Lucozade sports drinks, then get other isotonic drinks, we're not very expensive at all, where you can drink on it, or you just get water, right? Because when you drink water, you insulin level not go shoot right up. You'll get a maintain level of insulin. Of course, some people then get medical problems then, and we encourage a lot of people then for calm, but not always in our people in background then. Okay, so we hope say before they come take on this race, or this waka, you don't get some advice from your doctor. If you don't get a heart attack in the last 3 months, or you don't get a stroke in the last 3 months, I will advise you for can't take on a challenge like this if you don't ever do under medical supervision.
Okay, thank you very much, Doc. Wow, I know say there is going to be different type of categories on this particular race itself on the day. Are we starting off with the professionals, semi-pro, and then ordinary, or we're going to have one race that is going to start with everybody, regardless of your athletics performance in skills?
Well, I think so. What's in the plan? You hear me, sir?
Nah, see, I want for Philip, but don't worry, I'm fine.
I think so. What's in the plan? The plan is we get 3 segments of the race. We get the picking race. The picking them, we now from anybody where they are at the age of 5 or 6 years, say go to 17 years, so to speak. But the picking them mainly 5 to 10, 11 years. That's how they enforce who they release for go. Then if we get enough youth them, teenagers them, we know they anticipate that because you know say at this stage then most of we middle-aged picking and they shy. You understand? Then we go release them, but we not plan for them so much, but we get the picking them race or they release. Then when it comes on the adults them, there are 3 categories as you reference. We get the one the way they waka, we get the one the way they jog, and then we get the one the way they run. We know they identify say whether na elite runner or whether not to elite runners. If you know waka, if you saw the able waka, as Ish mentioned earlier, we get a 5 minutes time gap between each race. We release the walkers them, let them go ahead. 5 minutes later, we release the joggers them, let them self go ahead. And then the one the way they run, whether you're not elite or whether you're not to elite runner, but if you listen I run, you want run the race, then they release them as the last lot of people them for go ahead. And we, as the years go by, we are not only part of we scenes. We not get first man, we not get last man. We recognize everybody we finish the race. Now that make we call them finishers medal. So would I ever finish the race? We recognize them because the most important thing, the person we waka is as special as the person we run. So we want to let them feel part of. So because that person we waka, even though not them first to the release, the one who they run, go get for can pass them later and then finish before. But it's important that the one that we waka, we encourage them. We can because that's we can do weekly. We can't team up na the line. We clap for them, applaud them, encourage them, let them finish the race. So you know, Dr. Ahmed touched on this. We really want to let nobody know put down themselves. Let them not put them themselves. Let them feel part of. The whole idea is now that make we say participation. So we want to let them participate from the race on Kuti Boy.
All right, thank you very much, Wab. I believe say the floor is open, and I believe say you don't have to be a pro, just like we the pro then we don't do this for quite some time. They highlight say even if you want to walk, you can jog, and at the same time you can have fun on that day because it is not just about running as well, but it's also about meeting up with people. It's about communicating and making sure that you're meeting new friends. And I believe say if you run and you want to run as a pro for winning a race. It's not about winning. It's about taking part and actually completing the race. It doesn't matter whether you run the race in an hour or 2. And what's amazing last year, like the fact that we had women who had pushchairs and they were actually jogging with their pushchairs. And that was very much interesting to watch and see because very unusual. Normally you don't see women with their buggies and they're walking or they're running or they're doing a race. But it's just a fun aspect of it. We become very different compared to other things that already happen. Ish, I know say we expect a lot of surprise packages in terms of people who are going to be appearing for the first time, maybe within our community, people who are going to be showing up in terms of expressing themselves in what they have done so far in the past. What are some of these surprises that you guys have in your archive? Because this is not archive.
You don't call us surprise, they can't talk about.
No, well, I say surprises, now like something we don't know, but we can't know now. That might entice people to come around, not necessarily to come and run or not necessarily to come and participate, but at the same time, they want to be around these people because they've been influential in our community for quite some time. It is an opportunity for even myself, for some of those people that you're going to be having around anyway. And so, yeah, give us some idea of who are the surprise, well, not surprise anymore because you're going to say, but who are the people that are coming on board to grace this occasion because it is not just for the first time that they've been around our community, but very unique. Go on, Juman.
Boy, there's a question from the chat group based on waiting little bit the highlights, the different batches or the stages. Yeah. So Mayatu Siddiq, they ask, saying, what about the physical disabilities, example, wheelchairs and all of that? So do you have provision for them? Are you going to release them earlier than the kids? Or I can't hear you, muted little. Sorry, Ish.
That's okay.
Okay, hello.
Yes, sir.
You all respond, Juma?
Well, I just asked him. If you have to now, I respond now, fine.
Okay. Each one pick up that call, that response, or that follow up on based on what you say, what you ability to discuss, Juma.
Okay. On that note, if we get people in way they na push chair, we give them the priority first, we release them first for go. It depends on which events, which race they want participate on. If not the 5K they want participate on, then we make sure say immediately we don't release the picking them. We then do almost a mile, then we release them for go. So that it's on board. It's not a problem.
Okay, let just one question that someone like I highlight about a few minutes ago. Say we had people with pushchair, we are like young mothers. So basically, they might not fall under that same category, but similarly within that same category because they are wheelchair pushers. Definitely, either somebody would push the wheelchair with or he gets the gig way instead of the wheel for himself. But also, you get other women we also get buggy. We go to push them chair. And surprisingly, I think there was another woman who was carrying a baby behind her back at some point, I think. I wasn't too sure whether it was that race. But like Ishmael and Wabdon highlights, I think there are possibilities for them to have their own categories segregated, not segregated entirely, but will come after maybe the kids or immediately after. It depends on how many of them we're going to have on the day anyway. But I think these guys have already put something in place for that to happen. If they can cater for push chairs, I think they will be able to cater for people who have some amount of disability that will be on wheels. If I'm wrong, just correct me, but I think you guys have already put something in place for that. Okay. Well, let me come out to the question where we decided for highlights earlier on with Ishmael. So what's that you take on that?
Okay. What did we do last year? Last year we get like two councillors then and two councillors and the former councillor we officiate the event and then do the medal presentation. So this year we look at something different and we want to make this year event better than last year event. So last year what we do was different. So this year what we don't do, we get these are the running numbers. So okay. Just like any other race where you go, these are the pins. So you put them here and then you pin them.
So this, if nobody there, why would you see all that?
No. So obviously you have to be seen. And then these are the medals. These are the finishing medals.
Wow, they look nice this time around.
When you register, you get your everybody we see with this number means they registered member.
So how much is the registration, if I can ask?
Just £10, and then kids is £5. Yeah, but again, if you be generous, you want to get donation because it's a charity event, then it's fine. You were more than welcome for receive anything. So this year now, one panel this will don't improve on. You put some naya and then you just pin you pin them. Then if you want to write your name underneath, there's a marker where you can write your name. Say okay, Dr. Ahmed. So at least whoever they can support you, even from a distance, they know saying that Dr. Ahmed they come. So now one planet in and then the second thing what we do this year, we bring a former Olympic champion when a Sierra Leonean based na France, we actually entitled na through France to get him when a United Baba when a name household name we everybody know. So it come off from France where they come on that day. It gets vast experience because now she's a fitness coach, then a basketball coach, and then they coach professional athletes then as well. So,
okay, Instagram for one, or is it just the interaction or which we get for the day they make like for it?
Well, that I don't know. It depends on where you come, how they are. Okay. Maybe go and be a pace.
And that's for just routine, right?
Yes.
Okay, sure, I'll be there. Do I have any copay or anything that I need to bring?
Juma. Thank you, sir. Go on, Daddy. Sorry.
Just a regular routine visit.
Okay, cool. I'll see you then, okay?
Juma.
Thank you.
Hello.
Bye-bye.
See, when they say, when I watch on our phone, them, and they watch on our phone. But anyway, over to you back, Ishmael. I think we lost.
Apologies
not accepted. Eventually, when something else you be talk, I wish I've been the wrong thing be the talk. They would don't know till the one. Anyway.
Well, you see, these are just for tell you say, I they listen to the advice. So me, I they do me annual physical. So that the doctor call me for conference. They form me thing.
I call you for that. No, that they would give. You don't make with a give down there. Now because it was a spontaneous story. And the punchline just walk. Because he just say I will be there. You see, Femi said Femi laugh me. Femi in mute, you know able to know how to mute you. Begin when I say, what's that? What's that? But anyway,
no, but Juma get for sign for Dandy. Juma get for sign for Dandy. Juma, you get for sign for Dandy.
I go sign. I can even put Dr. Ahmed for letting do doctor to doctor call because that is allowed. Yeah.
You want to look you want to look now? No,
yes,
no. Yes. Let's leave that. But anyway, on a very serious note, I think if maybe they try to highlight some of the, I would say, photo opportunities for some of us, and I think it will be nice to see people like Eunice Baba on the day, and few more other people who are coming along to grace this occasion. And I think the countdown fun run has improved greatly compared to the way how it started initially. And what we see every other year now improvements in different things that really happen. Wow. Touch a little bit about some of the other activities then where they get different organizations, they can install. So it's not just about the fun run itself, but it's about also engaging with different organizations that will be on board on that day, either sharing ideas or either talking about things that they do or just interacting with the community on that particular day. Give us a little bit about what you feel to say for happen on Saturday when it comes to other community involvement on this particular countdown fun run.
Thank you, sir. And I think the key about what you touch on, so nine are part of the countdown story. Countdown don't go, it don't evolve. And when we start back in 2019, we've been getting with partners them. We know they only showcase just the running, walking, and jogging, but we also try for promote the health and wellness part. And we've been very, very lucky for get the health show partnership program. We don't deal with it from inception, and then we've been get females in Sierra Leone as well. But over the years, we see that it don't go. We now get the likes of Dr. Ahmed, Dr. Suyu. We know they only deliver advice on the Diaspora Voices platform, but also within the Countdown Forum, they support every one of the members, whether a first-time walker or jogger or runner, with wellness opportunities. We get different links, and the way each can go into different various websites, they capture, they share. So we get partners where they on board. We then they come there, then they can showcase anything that we get for benefits, health and well-being. So it's important that very important question you ask, because people then they see the images the way they go out there of DJ Ish or DJ Little or Ahmed and the other ladies then where they out there the way they run or jog. But waiting they see or they showcase enough on a day-to-day partner on the flagship event when at this event now they see is how much will they support people then with their eating habits, changing their diet, lifestyle, changing talking about sleeping patterns, all the small routine then that 9 countdown don't incorporate, and we look for expand on that. And as I say, we get all we health gurus, we health partners, them dietitians, them where they on board, where they support other members, them because the key here is you can run as much as you can or work as much as you can or jog as much as you can, but if you not get the right balance of diet, the right palate, they sleep well, we don't see people then they within the team, we don't sustain injury, we based on not paying attention to details, of advice where Ishmael can give on every Saturday. They don't, I can tell you, say categorically for over 6 months to a year, so man will run again because then sustain a simple injury that could have been prevented either A, by replacing the trainers or by saying, I'm going to be man. Because if you come back, you come off Friday nights and you can out 2 o'clock morning, but you don't take in a lot of alcohol or whatever drinks or food consumption, and then you can't run, you're going to do yourself a lot of harm. Some of we able to forget that balance day. For example, Ish and I will DJ up to 3 o'clock morning, go sleep for about 2 hours, wake up first thing in the morning, refresh, wash, come and can do that day. But we know what thing we take in whilst we be in at the club or at the restaurant or at the hall we go play. We know how much we take in or how little we take in. But some man get carried away when they see the pallets. Then you want can run Saturday morning. You go do yourself a lot of harm. So the benefits of we health gurus, then just to summarize, don't help quite a lot, but we still continue for the work on with brothers and sisters. Then they struggle for part company with the choices within they see in front of them at that moment. So, but I think say Dr. Ahmed will be a better person for elaborate on that.
Now that's exactly how they can do, because I believe say it comes from a specific community within the UK. We need a joke with the food. At all, not. We need a joke with the food at all. And even Dr. Ahmed himself, now we need a joke with his food. But I believe, say, over the years, he has been an inspiration to so many people of his age, people that possibly will be looking at him, like you say, 2 years ago, even if they say he's super fit. But looking at himself now, he knows he's still fit. But he wants to be super fit now. But definitely, in community where he comes out, it's a very challenging community. Not just in the UK, but in community where he comes out as alone. They don't joke with them food, they don't joke with them belly, they don't joke with them eat. I know that's for sure. How you they manage for make them understand, say, what you guys are doing is very much important for their health and well-being. Even though this now some of the things they didn't change so much than even going to bed hungry, never in their lives, regardless whether they can afford it or not. How are you able to deal with that kind of scenario within that particular section of people that we deal with? Over to you, sir.
Yeah, well, I think little bit one say out of the 3 where they ask on I'm like for each pass, they all. So now I need to send that question. I need to send that question to me. Look, I like my food. To be honest, with the variety of food they will get, if you know like the food way and they put for you every day, to Sierra Leone, but everything in moderation. And a habit. You see, if you get into a good habit, they say your habit will make you. So if you, for example, simple thing, if we all eat a particular amount, you don't even change that amount, but you say, they reduce the eating window from, 12 hours. Let's say you begin at 8 o'clock in the morning, you eat breakfast, then you eat lunch, then you come back, you eat 8 o'clock in the night, then at 12 hours. So when you eat over a 12-hour window, the same food, if you reduce that window there to something like 8 hours, that's something they call intermittent fasting, you eat the same, but it'll help you digest a much better, begin for burn fat a lot more. Now, we get to be a little bit, one thing about is we genetics make we more predisposed to diabetes, high blood pressure, and chronic kidney disease. And we get to watch your plates of food. There's that plate, we can put food. We can don't spread the rest all over, then we can't spread the plastas, then we put boku meat. Let's say that plate, if you divide that into 4, the rest for only the, like now 1 corner, so 1/4 or 1/4. So your carbohydrates on the plate will only be 1/4. Then if you look, then meat them, then fish them, then cow foods, all that, and the cow belly, we cannot put that there for only take 1/4. So you get 1/4 carbohydrates, 1/4 and protein. So that are the protein, the meats and the fish. Then the balance of the plate, the half, 1 whole half, which when you just begin to do this, is very difficult for being vegetables, right? But what we all can do 100% carbohydrates, sometimes 100% protein, we let the meats and everything. you hardly see any vegetables on the side. So, but when they get all that discussion, they answer at the forum, like how DJ Little said, and slowly, because when you don't use an old habit, it's difficult for left-handed. So now, it would impress upon people, and slowly and over time. And even when you kind of host, look, me, I know talk like for say, are exempt from this. What kind of host? My wife sabi cook. My wife don't use for puts for me certain amounts that me plate. When I begin go through my transformation, I tell my wife, let change my plate first. So I go with a really small plate because I don't use for puts. They say, they do a good job for me, right? So I said, no, Lord, change the plate from that big one, that standard plate, to a small plate. So it was still full up, but then they don't give me quarter, right? In fact, me plate psychologically, when he puts 1 quarter of that plate, I look at the plate and I say, goodness, this rest here is too small. Understand? Yeah, it's too small, But once I see on a small plate, I say, well, they're not too bad. And the other thing, some other slight changes that we can do, drink a glass of water before you begin it. Because the thing is, everything has signal. It'll take about half an hour, 20 minutes to half an hour from where the food enter your belly. It's stretched. It is send some signal at the brain, then the brain knows there's something on there at the belly. So if you don't drink water first, it don't begin stretch. So the signal don't begin to go. Then because of that same reason, 20 to 30 minutes, it also means that if you come, you say, are they in a rush and they can't eat, you can done like 2 plates, 1 bath pan food. Inside 10 minutes, they feel full up. Until maybe half an hour later, you begin to feel so uncomfortable, you want to feel sick, you will do that, you will walk set in the afternoon, you just want to sleep by yourself. So it always advisable as well, let you not rush your meals them. So you can enjoy this a small amount, glass of water before, over 20 minutes, half an hour, not rush yourself. Then you will get the same satisfaction from the food. That's not what we want. You see, all the exercise there, so if you go run, you go to gym, then when you're going to host, you're going to begin to eat like there's no tomorrow, right? Then, you undo all the good work, what you don't do. But once you see you don't get into the habit, once you don't get into the habit, it's easy. But the thing is not for getting into the habits. Now make it hard for what you want. Would encourage people and come and join the countdown group, because me now a testament. When you're there in the group, you get really good accountability, because somebody else will post something, we're going to remind you, say, yes, let me do that good thing there. Like Little say, a lot of the good, sweet things that already happen at the group, we know they see them, because we know they within the group. We need for come inside the group, they share so many good stuff, and they, we're not going to talk about all that, and they will go on around. So come inside the group and be part of the group, and then you will get the maximum benefits from all the good work that they do. And kudos to Little and Ish, because they don't do a fantastic job over the last several years. Me coming, yes, me not a medical personnel, but I mean, me not to expats by exercise, me not to dietitian, but then guy there, so they take their time, then they learn about and crafts, and they share some really important information, and they push me a step. Let me go research and come and share a few things. So there's so much for getting from the group, so much.
Thank you very much, Doc. I think Juma will say something, but Juma, before you say something, Doc mentioned that it's really eats with rush. That it's the consequences of an alcoholic. Over to you, Juma. I will come back to that later.
That's in a doc talk about, so Dr. Ahmed. You see, I get what me party can tell me, say, some man I hear they tweet. Because they watch the plate, the size of the plates, then the quantity, they one waste time, one lay it down. So man, they eat there with a even when don't bell full, they end up doing T-boy say colic, 9 happen. Or if the members say there is no tomorrow, who say they get the next one. So they own that one, the proper one, especially with the palampo them, where sometimes when they get cassava leaf every day, they cook out for it today, one for finish all thing. So anyway, but my question I want to ask, Dr. Ahmed mentioned, and I think Ish and the Moses have mentioned that. Now, how you will do this for make sure say not be just be a one-off. So, they encourage because it's a community event, and it's a fun event. Let's say you get a family, it can be a family day out, wherein they register as a family, they all come, or as friends, or as groups. When I get DJ Union, then get a own group. I'll get a own, I will get a own. Are they going to be registering like that as well as a group for motivate and say, okay, like how each go doing your own? If find out, say, hang on, this is fun. And I think so we'll derive a lot of benefit if decide for bring other people in together. Is that a plan, or is that something you want to encourage people then for do? And if they register as a group, is there a discount for group rates or something? I just wanted to ask that.
Right, Little, you want to touch on that?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yes. If una day in a group, let's say for instance, let's say una call una self friends of diabetes, now una 10, una one register.
Again, but we'll continue around it.
Okay, we lost Ish. So just friends of diabetes, they want to register, we get a package. And the good thing is, from which I Juma go, we get this year, we get the likes of so many other partners in added to the previous partners that we don't get, like females in Sierra Leone. They come as a group. The Health So Partnership Program, always they come as a group. We get up to 5-6 people the way they wear them t-shirts. And this year we get partners them like 50-50 group. And we reach out to all the names that you mentioned earlier, Juma. We reach out to every organization. We personally send an email to them, and then also send to the chairman that we know of, or the chair lady that we know of. We send the same WhatsApp message to them, reaching out to them. We know say with DJ Union already don't give approval, saying they can represent on both platforms as volunteers as well as participants. We reach out to the Sierra Leone Artists Union and so many other organizations. The EPL, which is run by Ice and Edmond Wuri Stevens. Then said the show KSM, Chatter Business, Rowena Maria to Sidiki. They're all, so we hope say there will be representation. And what we do, we not restrict anybody, Juma. We say to them, if you want to wear your organizational t-shirts or your own uniform for showcase who that you brand be, please do. Because it's the same thing like how they go on them big platform them, the international platform them. Now countdown t-shirts will they go wear. We know they say because they go on a Vitality, will they go wear Vitality. After the race, Dr. Ahmed go attest to that. That's when they give we them t-shirts here with them can they give we. But when they go, they participate, we go there in with numbers. We try for one in the numbers at least, especially the big corporate races them. Each go push we get at least 4 to 5 members them for sign up, as well as we'll get 3 man them, 2 man them. We always try for encourage with sisters them. Some of them can just don't start with you within 3 to 4 months, but we push them for say, okay, you're already now, can they? So that then we'll see themselves how far them put and then progress don't be compared. So, but we go in uniforms. So we encourage other organizations them as well for coming in their uniforms just to showcase say, this is who they represent. And one key important thing as well, we try for encourage as well this year, a lot of we within the community would also brothers and with sisters them. So they say if you want one for your husband or for your wife, or you get a loved one way sick, you want for wear a t-shirt in their name with their face, why not say I'm doing this for my late sister, Mrs. Kosna Samu, when we lost to breast cancer many years ago. You understand? So I want to wear a t-shirt for her, carrying her face in a memory. You understand? So we encourage them kind of platform then there as well.
Okay, thank you. So my other follow-up question, I remember when I talk about, appropriate or something we go comfortable, we go make you dress, when I be talk about leggings. But for we wear the hijab, we the Muslim, the way sometimes we feel say will be revealing or want to be part of this, it's good to be fit. What would be your advice in terms of, are you saying that we're not able to take part because we wear leggings or whatever, or we sometimes not feel comfortable for wearing leggings?
Right. So the good thing is, Brother Juma, we get in CAD HR, we get most of we sisters the way they now from the Muslim community. the CAD HR, and then a working group. So the main genre there now waka then the waka, and at least for every week you get 2 to 3 sisters. They are fully hijab with a part of we group. So the dress code is as comfortable as you want for make yourself be. So so if you choose, but within that, make sure say it's an attire that is comfortable for working, because even the national races that would they go, would they see fully hijab sisters them or brothers them we feel for way longer sports, you know, you got sports shirts them or t-shirts that way slightly longer where they go below the knee. So brothers and self we based on their own religious denomination, whether they're from the Jewish community or the Muslim community, then they dress appropriately as long as they see fit. So again, the most important thing is that make sure say it's because you get hijab them or jalabias them, we now sports like jalabias them. So on that day, don't wear too much because you want to make yourself safe or sane. But make yourself safe, not too sane, so to speak. So they can still wear their hijab, they can still wear their jalabia and dress code, which will cover their foreheads or as they so choose, and then can participate. And also the key thing here, some man still they wear face mask, where they still they participate in the events here. If you feel say because the crowd is going to be there, you still want for wear mask, then fine. And I'm sure that's an area which Dr. Ahmed can touch on a little bit more.
Okay, over to you, Doctor.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I like to say no more, come and be comfortable. And from the point of view of face mask, you know, if you feel, say, you need to wear a face mask, wear them. There's no government's prescription at the moment, say, you for wear a face mask. I mean, it's very difficult for run, and where you breathe heavily with a face mask on. You know, and when you breathe, you rebreathe you carbon dioxide, and then they can cause some problems. So it can be very, very uncomfortable. That's the only thing no more way I would say. But of course, if Nadani they make you feel safe, then yes, you know, you can come with time. I mean, if every few 100 meters you pull on down and breathe a little bit, or you want waka at a distance 2 meters or more from somebody else, you can do that. But there's no public health prescription at the moment for say you get for do any of that in a day.
Thank you very much, Doc. And I think we want to make mention of the hijab wearing for athletics. I think it is not new within our community these days because we have so many Muslim sporting personalities. They really partake in sporting events. And when I went to Morocco, the Tunisian team gets a hijab player. We fully hijab, but at the same time a woman, but they play football. And that not stop them from wearing her hijab and play football. So yeah, it is very common nowadays. But I think like I need to say there are sporting hijabs because it's not just like any other usual hijab we wear, but it's designed specifically for sporting wears. So if you can afford that, fine. But at the same time, you can also just wear your normal hijab if you choose to wear it. I think that I just want to back down the up a little bit more so that people can have the confidence to say, well, okay, I'll be able to do this. But one thing we haven't make mention of now, old people running. When I say old people above 60 or 70 that wanted to do that. Is there anything in place just in case of any kind of unexpected thing will happen on the day, or when I get room for older people who possibly on old 70, 80, either grandma or granddad that wants to participate on that day? What have you muted?
So a typical example would be me own parents. Last year, for the last 2 years, they don't participate as not only a support towards me and Ish as they see as they own picking them, but they also take them upon themselves for challenge themselves. So, and me stepdaddy, they above the age of 74, and my mom is going to be 70 next year, God willing. So there is a capacity for encourage, and they were not just the two older people there. We will get other older family relatives and then complete the full course, as I say, then work at the course. You understand? It takes them a little bit longer, but then go through the entire 5 kilometer when at 3.1 mile. So there is a capacity for that. And we don't talk to we big sister Aisata Sisejalo also therefore provide a first aid in hand on the day as well. So in the case of any accident or any emergency support will be needed to be given to anybody, not just an older person. We talk about, Dr. Ahmed talk about doing things the wrong way, which might cause you for feeling fainted or other things. So just in case if anybody, we get a first aid in place, we go able to give support as soon as to anybody we need in any area of the park. We get marshals them, we don't mention, we get for the across the park. And this year we get older marshals them. We is in association with the Burgess Park Vitality Park on Timo today. We'll get non-Sierra Leoneans then we don't volunteer for be marshals on the day for support we and any of we participants them. So I feel that in terms of health and safety, emergency planning, we're in a good place. But if there's any older, if anybody they will want come, if you say one bring in mommy or in granny or in auntie or in daddy or in grandpa, bring them come along. Let them use this opportunity as a day out. As you say, it's a family day out, but it's a family day out with a difference.
All right, thank you very much. Let us bring Femi, because Femi is very vital in this particular area we just gone to.
There are two questions, and then at the two questions, and then at the chat group. Ish.
Yes.
So, firstly, somebody asked if the program therefore be live, meaning that it will be broadcasted live. Will it be?
Okay, let's talk about that in 1 minute. Yes,
answer that back questions as well.
Yes, it's going to be live, and you have to be very mindful that the camera is going to come towards you and make push me, tell me, say, no, T-Boy, I don't want to tell because people are very good at that. Oh, you did live? Yes, I did live. I am going to be live, and this particular time around, I am not running because Femi will compete with me. And the last issue that you just talk about this now, I want for specifically related to Femi. But after Juma not asking second question, so
the other question is how long the whole program will last for, and secondly, since now finishes competition, right? Is it finishers race or whatever medal now at the gear?
Yeah.
So let's say we were in at the Waka group, okay, or where they run, but they run go beyond. So now get for the last person come before I close everything, or as soon as I don't get more people we don't know, because we say it's a family thing, so we want everyone to feel comfortable, so we just need the assurance.
Okay, before I answer your question, let's just add on waiting T-Boy say. For we can go participate in a different platform there. On the camera side, obviously there are live cameras all over the place. They get people awakening then at the motorbike with the follow now. And I don't know for we own community, but when we go on a different platform, we get different people and from different parts of the world where they come. People get excited to be seen on camera, and you see them where they pass. I do that. So immediately
they even get drone on that day. Will they get drone?
So I get excited. Like what go past at the way you see me on the screen. And funnily, on the London Marathon, I didn't even know it was televised. Like they capture me part at the starting line. Now somebody screenshot and sent them to me. So I was like, "Ish, that was you on the starting line." So I was like, "Wow!" And I watch the replay. So let people then get comfortable because then it's a memory. You understand? And then years back, you'll be able to tell your kids, "Oh, the countdown fun run, the 4th edition, I was there."
Ishmael. People are not scared of the camera. People are scared of Femi and I, because then video so they can't put them per question and answer. No question, no answer. You just have fun, run, enjoy yourself, smile to the camera. You'll be captured on the air, you'll be captured on the ground, you'll be captured on a close-up shot, and just express yourself. Say whatever you want to say. Say, "Hello, I am here running for whatever organization you want to run for. I am here to represent whatever organization you want to represent." Let's just make it fun and get used to the camera, because the cameras will be everywhere anyway. And I will have a camera specifically attached to Femi's back to capture everything that is coming behind him.
Okay. Okay. On the timing side, we time schedule this year. It's 2 hours. Let's say give and take, we push them, it's 2 hours, 30 minutes. Because whilst the runners, the joggers, and the walkers, and they go, and then we create a room for wherein we will get maybe a yoga session for those that we don't want to participate on those events. There will be a yoga session. There will be a workout session on the side. So give and take, the most slow somebody, if we're not able to work out within an hour, 30 minutes. So maximum window is 2 hours. Events.
Okay. I think that will be fine enough, isn't it? So at least if you finish a race, you'll be able to take your break and at the same time wait for the complete race to finish, wherein you will have the medal presentation, right?
Yeah, and we'll get for Jolly after. We'll get for Jolly.
Yeah, sure, I think so. People can hang around.
Plus, some of them are dance one go dance.
What's it happening? So where the kids say they come, let's say that they come towards the finish line. Where then they come, obviously, as you come along, the people already present the medal to them already will be there with their medals already. So as you finish, you get your medal and get your picture, then they present your medal to you and get your picture. So if you want to wait for Uda, say now on a 5K run, then you want to wait for the other 4 people, then you stand aside, and if you want to take an interview, T-Boy and Femi will be there. You want to take few photos. So all incident, or you want to engage in the warm down session, where there will be a warm down session where somebody go the way they do the stretches as well. So you can join that session there.
Okay, I think that's very much interesting as well, because at the end of the day, if you want to go home when you finish your race, you can still go home, but if you want to still stay around, you can still stay along, which is good. Juma, is there anything else you want to ask in regards to those specific 2 questions?
I think Dan and they don't cover everything. I feel like one whole day it's going to be exciting. So
I come to that, and I want to come to that quickly before I come to Femi on Wahabi's last statement. But I want to ask the guys, are you actually looking forward to make this an international event wherein you'll be looking at inviting people who will be coming from either abroad or either outside of London, maybe within the places like Liverpool, Glasgow, Ireland, Scotland, Wales? Are you guys looking at bringing in people from outside of London or outside of UK to participate in this kind of competition, or in this kind of fun run, possibly within the next year to come, or for the years down the line?
Well, for the past years, then we get people already come outside London, like Reading, Manchester, and I'm sure this year there will be more, and we ready not to only we look at by next year, by God in power, we want to make a bigger event wherein it will be on the Sodok Stadium, where it could be something really, really big, God willing. So that's what we're looking at. And taking this thing to Freetown is another thing we're looking at as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think we should be taking this to other different parts in Europe as well. If you guys are, whether for go Freetown for tickets, for United,
we've been invited to France. United where they can, so we don't get a meeting where that day on the pipeline.
Okay. Yeah. I think the reason I suggest that now, because it's cheaper to go to Europe than, yes, Salon is the end point, but then they get for December anyway. Because I am not saying people will not make sacrifice to buy their tickets just to go for the front run, but I think it will be an event that will be organized within the holiday period in Freetown or in Sierra Leone specifically. But I think it's more privileged to do it within Europe, where it will be cheaper, and people will use them as a way of maybe going out for the week or for the weekend whilst they are participating in the fun run as well, which is something that you guys should look at, possibly within the next couple of years to come. Like you said, there is a link already now in France with Eunice. That might be a possibility.
Okay, Tibo, I'll just add on the Salon Union. We really expect people for buy tickets for go, but it will be a national event at Salon the way they are.
You buy tickets for me?
If we get the funding, the budget, why not? For
the budget, get tickets for go.
We get team for Goody. but it will be a flagship event. Say every year it happen a Salon Day, where we look at that as well.
Yeah, they can't swear now. If una gets funding for buy tickets for people, then una left me, una left Femi, una left Juma before.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
You talk about the old people's age race. You make specific mention to your dad and your mom. Femi is not too far. Not too far. Femi is not too far. I remember Femi used to be a keyboardist for your dad when he was a teenager. And your dad is about 74 years old now. Femi is not too far from that age group. So what sort of stuff, Femi, over to you. What he would expect from you? Do we need to have an ambulance waiting? Or what's in your expectation? We can never say you plan these events possibly better than me. That's just, I'm being very honest. Reason being is because you're determined to participate this time around to run. And I am not in that mood at the moment. I don't know why for some reason, but I think you're more prepared mentally, physically.
Princess, I don't talk and see the feel because Femi they run, so you feel sure. That's all. You said it.
No, I just want to know what in Femi they drive for actually preparing himself this particular time for participate. Because now, possibly the exercise, I will tell you for sure, Femi carries 60 kilo on his back every other day. It's no joke. I'm very serious about that. No office and a joke. This is not a provocation at all. So I believe he does some amount of exercise. But for this particular park run, he even informed me, say, Tiba, I am not even going to go out on a Friday because we have a work to do on Friday. And he's refusing to do that because he wants to run on Saturday. I really want to know what is the driving force behind that for me. Over to you.
You see, Tiba can provoke me front all man. You know, I know the answer myself, but also it's good for talk. Yeah, I used to be very competitive. I used to run. I would say semi-professionally, but that was a long time ago. And Tibo kind of rides. So me said on the elderly age group now. I feel like last week because the guy run last week till now, you know, the calf them, they still strong, hamstring the arts. I go try for use some muscles they want to use in years. So you know, I don't begin feel the aches and the pains. So I don't know. I really want to take part this year, but still whether tell me say not possible because I get for carry the camera and I'm not going to run with the camera in my hand. So unfortunately, I'll get for wait for see me run one next year. We are going to plan properly. But if me and Tibo get race, Tibo all one camera, me all one camera, then we can run with your race. How you see that, Tibo?
Well, also you see elephants they knock 32. That's not a good day.
So now me the pulling span so because last week I turned 32 and that football game.
Wow, last year I clearly remember I ran the race with my camera on.
You did.
And I filmed literally everything right up to the end of the finishing line. So I don't think it will be surprising. But the reason why I want to possibly not do the run this year, I think last year I paid not too much attention to the media aspect of things because we could have done a bit more than what we did last year. And I think it is about time for us to be documenting some of these activities in a very serious way so we have something to look back on after like years of doing all this hard work. So that's why I said this time around, I want to really focus on the media aspects of things, either go live and we capture it so that we'll be able to do a lot of stuff with it later on. I did it last year, but I had my camera with me when I was running, and definitely you not get the best out of it because there was nobody else behind me doing the filming. But if Femi chooses to run, then he can have a camera, and then I will run behind him. We'll be able to do hop, stop, and talk to people while they're running, and create some form of atmosphere for them to be part of the whole process, because it's about engaging each other and making sure that everybody feels comfortable and happy. That is the whole essence of why I think we are going to create that media presence. Because if we don't do it for our own community, nobody else is coming to do it for us. So we should actually create that sort of platform so people feel, oh, wow, what is this? Because we are not just going to be the only people who are going to be running on that day. There are other communities. And sometimes we attract people to come to us and ask questions, which is literally what happened last year. We had somebody who showed up in his green, white, and blue vest, not even realizing that he didn't know anything about who we are and what we were doing. And he turns up with a green, white, and blue T-shirt, and we actually gave him an audience. Again, we attract different other people who were just like passers-by and stuff, because it was organized. And I think that's the good part of it. If it is organized and we create that media presence, it gives us as a community enough value for us to be able to say we're in SADC and we are Sierra Leoneans and we can do stuff like this and we can do it properly. That's the whole idea behind it myself. Over to you, Juma.
Yeah, so I just want to go back to Dr. Ahmed. We don't talk about the fun part. We don't talk about the family part. So, I don't know if we don't address them before, but possibly just for re-emphasize. It may seem like just a day and a few hours of, doing something physical, exercise. What's the health benefits, the health benefits to individuals as well as to the community for doing something like this, even if it's just for a few hours?
Yeah, no, look, it's a really, really important point. So at the end of the day, I think in order to sustain anything, you're going to have a goal that you're working towards. So what are the health goals? I've said on the forum, when you exercise regularly, consistently, it gives you freedom. It gives you freedom from me, from coming to see doctors more frequently than you should. It gives you freedom from setting medications, setting prescriptions, from setting illnesses. But because, we don't appreciate what we haven't experienced, it's difficult to put in the work and put in the consistency. So, exercise, we know for a fact, it reduces your risk of diabetes. If you've got early diabetes, it reverses it completely and you can come off medication. It reduces high blood pressure, reduces your risk of stroke, heart attacks. It increases your libido, your sex drive, both for men and women. It increases your testosterone. So we hear about menopause in women when they hit roughly about 50. The same thing happened to men. Their testosterone levels drop down as well. And exercise helps. Osteoporosis, thinning of the bone that happens again post-menopause and in men over the age of 50. Exercising regularly strengthens the bone. Over the age of 30, the strength of our muscles reduced by 1% every single year, something called sarcopenia. And eventually what happens, it increases your risk of falls and people break their hips. 50% of people who have accidental hip fractures do not survive a year. So exercising regularly maintains your strength, your muscular strength, increases your skeletal strength, reduces the risk of falls. As a community, it really bonds us together. It improves the mental health of people. There are a lot of people who, they're just by themselves at home all the time. These activities, they can be a form of social engagement as well. And especially, coming out of the pandemic. I know we keep talking about pandemic, but it is true for a lot of people, they've been isolated. It's great. We all, as a medic, we knew the importance of it, but it really, really heightened mental health and, mental illness amongst people. And doing something like this is great. This might be the start of, of the change that you want to see for the rest of your life. So, it's one exercise isn't going to, just that one exercise isn't going to do it, but it may be the ignition. It may be the ignition that you need to set you off on that journey of regular exercise. 20 to 30 minutes a day, 150 minutes a week. That's all you need to do. It's not very hard at all.
Dr. Ahmed, thank you for that. I just wanted you to just add on, because there's something that you shared with us on the group many weeks ago, where you talked about how many days does it take you, or does it take one to get into exercise habits and make it a routine? I think you mentioned about 21 days, 18 days. Just to touch on that.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are various statistics about this, but the minimum time it takes for any habit, that is, doing it consistently for 21 days. I mean, if you can't do something consistently for 7 days, how are you going to do it for a month? But if you can do it consistently for at least maybe 3 weeks, 21 days, you have a better chance of doing it for the rest of the year, for the rest of your life, maybe. Okay. And as you see the benefits of it. And it's, you don't just do it for 21 days and you stop, but you do it and then you get so used to it, it becomes part of your routine, right? You don't have to think about it anymore. I don't think about, oh my God, today I get, little I don't post an forum, I get for go run. No, it's like I'm craving it. I haven't run for like 2-3 days. Yeah, what I'm going to do today? I finish late from work. I'm going to get my running gear, put it in. During my lunch break, I'll go for a run, right? Or I'll get dressed in my running gear so that as soon as I get home, there's no excuse to say, sit down, play around, I'm out. So, it becomes a habit. I think if you incorporate it and make it part of your just normal way of doing things, not a chore, then it's a lot easier. But yeah, 21 days is the minimum. And then most literature say if you can do it for 64 days, great. And then the longer you do it, the more consistent it becomes.
Thank you very much, Doc. But I will guarantee you, many of us are addicted to 2 things. Nobody tells us.
What's that?
Use your brain. Anyway, this is not the usual Sierra Leone Media program, so I bet we're not going to be keeping you guys for the next 4 hours. So basically, don't expect that, because Juma is not the way to do marathon. Likewise for me, but today there's not going to be no marathon here today, because these guys, they don't like a week. Then they never work in the morning. You see, that's what say 4 o'clock. Now that's what we'll do right now. Okay, Femi, go on.
No, I want to touch on a few things that we didn't talk about earlier. Then talk about exercise and exercising together as a group, coming on a Saturday within the team. You go learn a little bit more, joining the group. I'll give a small testimony. So as I said before, I used to run quite well. If some of you don't know about the Harriers, I used to represent the Harriers, Herne Hill Harriers. So I've been going for Herne Hill Harriers, who I've been to go school in this country. And my favorite race was 1,500 meters. Well, it was 800 meters, and I'm going to back them up with 1,500 meters. At the time, my fastest time I ever run, I'd be 1:59.82, I think, something like that.
Wow,
and back then, the world record was by Sebco, and it was 1:41.71, I think. So as a 15-year-old, I've been going at quite a high level, and I actually competed in a race. We then picked the first 4 for go represent schools in a competition at Birmingham, and I came 5th. And the guy who beats me by literally chest. And I ran to catch him, but I'm not able. The line came too quick, and I literally disheartened. I disheartened after that day. It took me a few weeks to get back into training, and then I had to leave the school where I was. I've been to go college, so I moved out of the area, so I'm not been able to can regular training again. And then they just add to the misery, because I not been get the people who have been train around. I not been get the zeal for train on my own. For train on my own was a lot harder than every Saturday at the turn up. We did go jogging, we did do cross country. It was easy, but the moment I've been getting for dom on my own, it became a chore, and literally that was, I would say, the end of my athletics career. So I'd encourage you to say, if there's a group like this way, these guys in on form, it's a good thing for Mekuna can be part of the team, because you never know usada and go carry you go. People in Kill when they tell me we'll be small, we'll be competing, and they say it's not about the ability we God give you. Yes, then they count, but it's training. You have trained people and you have untrained people. If you're trained, you can push your level to a limit where sometimes that person will get the natural ability not able to reach because he or she isn't trained. So I the advice una can don't make these guys them assess una epuna for reach una own peak. Una not get for go compete with Usain Bolt. Una just get for compete with una self gets to a certain point. But before I go, I will ask Doc one question, because my coach been make with a train on an empty stomach. I guess now because we've been do long distance running. I know say science don't change from the 80s till now. Science don't change a lot. Doc, you can tell me, is that still the case? Say if you want to get endurance, you for train on an empty stomach?
Yeah, that's a good question and a very interesting one. Of course, me not a sports scientist. You get so many different methods of training, but I suspect, say, if they do long distance, they want to develop that reliance on burning fat. Because if you burn more fat's actually the biggest source of energy in our body. You can burn carbohydrates sort of within maybe 5-6 hours, depending on the intensity of training. But you get a bigger pool of fat. And if you can actually burn fat as your source of energy, you're able to go much longer. So maybe that's the rationale, so that you don't get that craving the way they run. But that's a very superficial answer, but I suspect that's the rationale. But listen, well done on that time where you do, less than 2 minutes. That's just really amazing. Fantastic.
Well, I need to congratulate her if I do at least now, maybe 5 times that particular length they really do. But now you can't even do it 20 times that particular time. So I need to congratulate her. But anyway, well done 15 years ago. You did well that time. I think I will give you that praise. But definitely, we did now come towards the end of the program. I believe we don't hear a lot more about putting this countdown fun run get for be like on Saturday. And information you get you running gears ready. And you put up all your best for that particular day. If you want for makeup. Nobody not talks to makeup, you need to run. Can't make you run. I will advise you not to look very high heels.
Even if you want to carry fufu go, you can go after the They cool my better, cool my. Yes, people not for run with my heel. My to Siddiq say they run faster on heels. They either destroy that.
That are unique skills. Not everybody get that kind of skill. But definitely,
we say after the race, that people forgo them fufu. I not tell you say for eat up before.
All right, I don't hear you, Jima. I will give that advice then on my last statement. But look on to the wrapping up. I not say you guys have explained in details about the whole process of the event itself on Saturday. But what thing will be on our final messages to the runners, to the viewers, and one more question whilst we're doing a wrap up. Are we going to have the ability or the capacity to maybe do virtual while some people are on the pack running? Are you going to have people who might be doing it virtually alongside people in the
Yes, Juma they do them virtually. When they send on the app, Juma 5K, will they watch you?
Yeah.
Femi, the last I did it in 27 minutes. Okay, that was possibly not running for maybe 10-15 years.
No, I did mine for 40-something minutes, and I didn't like because the camera was online and the evidence. For my start fair done now, what's up? So I didn't like when I feel now 40-something minutes I do. But anyway, over to you guys. What would be your message that you want people to have at the back of their mind before Saturday? Because on Saturday, I believe, when I get for give some kind of rounding up or message to the audience, they won't get forget. But what think we're going to message for our audience then for tonight and for the next couple of hours before the race itself on Saturday? Anyway, Doc, let go to you first, Doc.
Yeah, let me go first because I think let each them finish. They are the masters of this show. Look, I think we always say health is wealth, and I shall say that points where they said will echo. And the honest truth is, we all susceptible to any illness. The fact say you go run or exercise regularly or eat healthily, not mean say you will pick up anything. But if you look after your body at a time of need, your body self will look after you. People can get stroke. People experience COVID going in intensive care. The one that will be most healthy, now the one that will usually can come out without major complications, recover quickly and back to full fitness. So let's just, continue to look after our body. Let's treat the body as temple. The food what they put inside this body, let's take with time. And how they look after the body, how they exercise, let's take with time. So that our body will look after it. It's not just about living long enough, but in fact, studies are there right now where they show say, if you're 10 years old today, you expect to live until 120, 110. If you're about 40 years old, you expect to live until at least 100 years. The technology they come, so you want to stay healthy for long enough, so that when technology then they come, you are there around. So me, I just send that message there out. So come, enjoy yourself, look after your body, so that when you need them, your body will look after you. Over to you, Lito.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Ahmed, for that good summary. And I think me on one part, I just want to stick to it in our theme this year, Uncle T-Boy. I believe, we put a quite clear in our theme this year, women rule sports. The main agenda for that is to encourage more of we sisters them for take into this health and well-being program. And we've been fortunate, as I said, over the years, we get the likes of Aisat Asisejalo them, we start with Nima Conte to them, we start with and we've seen the number of women, they don't grow. We get Sister Kadi, what we call Mayor, within the Kadecha working group, Umu, and so on. So these people have been consistent and within the working program. And then one in this specifically what I call so now people that we now waka now the main thing, not so much of jogging. So there's a room there, but we've also seen more sisters that don't come on board, especially this year. We I think within the last 12 months, the group grew from 40 in numbers to 70. I think 70 or 71 or 72, Dr. Ahmed or Ishmael, about 72 people then now at the forum, which is incredible to see how much people then they don't buy into the concept. And again and again across the community, people then they meet you and say, well, they can't start. I would always encourage them and say, okay, fine, come and start and all of that stuff. So we may want to see more sisters them for come on board and take on this health and well-being. And then the final word to the community again is just to appeal on the time for as we say, we are not very good at timekeeping, but we all don't talk on this program to say we are here specifically on a health and wellness program. We waka, jog or run. So literally by 12 o'clock, we don't done. So if everybody try for arrive there before 10 o'clock, 9:45 now the time we will set, everybody try for arrive there before 10 o'clock. As Ishmael said, by 10 o'clock, we don't release the first group of people that will go be the picking them, we don't start the race. And we will be done no more than 2 hours, worst case, 2 hours, 30 minutes, this entire program done. You get the rest of the Saturday. But I want to use this opportunity for tell the Salon community, thank you for with all the support we don't give you so far, so good when they come on board. But we also, they still appeal. If anybody want for sponsor, we they still look for anybody want for give you water, especially any water or any refreshment supplements will be good on the day. We still open for more support. And then for use this opportunity for say thank you to Brother Juma and Brother Femi and yourself, Brother T-Boy and the rest of the Sierra Gem Media family for ongoing support towards the Countdown Health and Wellbeing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, aka MONEY, but you get trouble. You see, you that woman in the way you call them speciality na for waka. So now they pay you waka boats and then all right.
Well, who would they run? Actually, who would runner? Larry face. Among the runner.
Yeah, really what I busted. And that's squad they go join.
They all get away. They all get away anyway.
No, but to be honest to you, I think you guys have done a great job over the past couple of years, and I think for the fact you guys have put this stuff together and you've been consistent about it, even though when I don't face so many challenges them over the years, when I still able to maintain and put them up regardless of whatever challenges they want to face. But very good the theme for this year. Now what's it again? What? Women in sports.
Women rule sports.
Women rule sports. But yeah. I think the majority of your audience over the years has still been women. And I think, like you said, the number don't increase a bit more. I would say 70% of the runners then for the past 2-3 years, I don't join the Countdown Fun Run. The majority of them are women, which is not a bad thing. I think what you guys have done is to take some of these women out of their comfort zone and bring them right to their discomfort zone and makes them very comfortable, which is exactly some of the things that our women are not always capable of doing. I am not trying to say anything funny, but I think women in our community are now more confident, especially the ones who don't walk around with for the past couple of years. They are comfortable with their looks. They are comfortable with the way they do things, not just because they feel like they are comfortable, because they're doing things that is making them have the urge to say, I am okay. I am healthy. Your body size does not actually determine how healthy you are, because sometimes you can see people like us, very slim, tiny. We think we are the most healthy people around, but our eating habits is so bad. We have so many disorder way of doing things when it comes to our health. So I think the confidence you guys have laid on women over the past couple of years has worked out to be very, very effective, because the amount of women who are now involved in running in the park, I see Sierra Leonean women running in the park on their own. I'm quite amazed to see them, because it's something that I never used to see over the past couple of years. But I come to Ishmael, make a get your own message for what is happening for Saturday. Over to you, Ishmael.
Well, I want to tell you plenty thank you again, Juma, Femi, and T-Boy for giving up on our time, and then for the endless support on Countdown, And my message this year is just very short, as to waiting. Ahmed don't say, DJ Little don't say. I just add small salt there. We ask for people and for can volunteer. If you say one day part of the event, but we still look for people and for can volunteer. We still ask for donations. And the reason why this Countdown Wellness is formed, we not one just for look at them at one day. Just where you come on Saturday, where you don't participate, and then you put an end to that, dust the crepe, go put them back. No, we want to let it be say this that you force, that you jumpstart this. Come on the day, see how you work out, how you feel within you, and then do a reflection. Say, I think I'm very unhealthy, I'm very unfit, I think I need for start from this now. If now waka, we talk about waka, but honestly, the waka or the waka, where they talk about the working group, it's a different work, now power work, wherein their heart rates, they go up. Not so that normal waka, like people can emphasize, say, the waka said for the boss, that ain't enough. No, it's not enough. It is not enough. Dr. Ahmed will stress on them quite a lot. It's not enough. So we encourage people, please, we get in the past few days, this amount of sisters that we don't join the Countdown team, it's incredible. Whilst the man them still the shy way, and quite a lot of I know they have to go out the man.
Not to shy the man in the shy way, not to shame in the shame away at all. But we'll talk about him in the camp. Go on.
So we encourage the brothers them as well. Please, let we take care of with health and well-being. It's very, very important. And there are times where right now we do 2 sessions. We do Wednesday and Saturday, and even there are certain days and we can do Monday, Tuesday on Zoom, where we can volunteer. I do like a virtual exercise. So you can join. We not put a limit onto this. We encourage everybody. This is like community thing where we all the benefits. So the registration are just £10. The £10 that they can have in pocket, and they're gonna little in pocket, and they're gonna Ahmed in pocket. You know, these are all the money we wanna pay. Now all that here, now they all they are the common. And then the rest of it, they go to prostate cancer, breast cancer, and then handicap youth development. So the money I wanna they go to charity back. Please, we encourage the community to come out and support, and then let people and take care of their health and well-being. Not only after Saturday, you just be great people time. We encourage you now for continue. If you want the support of we can reach out to Dr. Ahmed, we can reach out to can reach out to Dr. Little and DJ Little. So we plenty. I want to get a title.
Dominion, yeah.
So please,
behind the cotton tree.
You know, we encourage people then, please, when you come, just stay in your proper attires, no get excuse the picking them, because we left for IB and the picking them. Hey, at one Cameroon at the time, the picking them and all that stuff, then I used for putting the picking them on a wheelchair, go on with them. That they put them at the push chair and then push them whilst at the run, you know. So it's all part of getting involved into taking care of your health and well-being. So there, we encourage Una. This I know say not to a lot of people in anything. It's not a budget packed thing wherein but barbecue will be there, alcohol will be there, people be phoning each other, say, oh, what should they make? Please, Una try for encourage. Una say follow Una take them here very serious. It's very, very important, more than the barbecue na park wherein we get for eat a lot of chicken, a lot of meat, consume a lot of alcohol. You know, we still do that. But if you add this onto that, it make you a better person, a healthy person. So now that number I get for say.
Well, Ishmael, I correct you. On Saturday, we have a fruity queue. We have enough fruits. Anybody who want to make fruits, different fruit platters. If you want to make banana flatter, make one. If you want to make grapes, if you want to do assorted fruits, please do, because it will be needed on the day. That night at the barbecue, so now food queue now we get. And also, if you want to make drink, yes, make drink, make ginger beer, make energy drink them. If you're able to make the energy punch drink, then like we doctor make talking about earlier on, but don't make knockout food for Wabo. Because you need to eat food, but they drink the juice.
See what I just add on this. The people in Kwang, all the water for camp, there will be plenty refreshments on the day. Water get for day, and then Lucozade Sports get for day.
You want cassava get for day?
Well, the cassava, if you go to another house. You know, but we want to tell you plenty, thank you. Thank you. You know,
thank you very much, guys. I think what you said enough for making people understand. Say your health is your wealth, and you have to be very serious about this. But I'll go back to the Sierra Leone media queue and make her get what they need for say and then preparation. Juma, Femi don't suggest say you get for do you virtually. Ishmael, I for send the app to Femi, and then Femi go get the app to Juma. This you need the balancer. You get for doing you virtually or get for monitor the app. So over to you, Juma. No, go over to Femi.
Yeah, you know, if you be know, you not cancel me.
I cancel you.
If you be know, you not cancel me. You know what I mean? They say the woman they will not able for one.
I want to talk that. But
I want tell you now. See, we get woman they will sabi one bad one. Tibo na testimony. You know, almost woman and Tibo they run at her, but not they able catch them. No, they always they one step ahead of Tibo. So I forgot find the woman in there.
No, what you want to say? The reason we make the money they can run, they are very much unfit. They're not fit at all, and they don't want to be let down by always cussing their wives at home. You too lazy. Grab them on. And they can't do nothing. So obviously, they will not come. Because the same one they diss the wife, they say, but come out, you know they go exercise only sitting at this host. But when they cannot for one, sometimes how money they do exercise every other day, demand they laugh and they demand they can disgrace themselves. So they make the money they come. So Ishmael and Doctor and DJ Little, if you don't forget man for camp begin on. When I get for go find special station first for them and develop them confidence before they begin come for join the woman. You know what do I? But anyway, Go on, Femi. Let me hear you from you.
Tiboy, to get Boku talk. Make a talk done. Anyway, on a serious note now, I want to say thank you to the guys. You know, this is an incredible job when they do. But before we left, I just want to plug this. So I'm part of the Sierra Leone Grammar School, and every year we in charity with the run, and we get access to the London Marathon. You know, and this year we look for runners that we search high and low. We never for find beaucoup Sierra Leone runners them. We get beaucoup non-Sierra Leone and so we go run for grammar school, but go find for me who get Sierra Leone runners them, especially some of them and say we go grammar school or we go schools around that area. So for waiting these guys are doing, I go urge all Sierra Leone and say for una can't make them also can't skin una, because until next year I would look for more runners than for represent we. Una go able for go complete the 26 mile. Then me ask me if they make a go run on. I tell them say they don't increase 26 mile. Not possible.
Right, thank you very much.
Dr. Ahmed will be ready next year.
No, on a very serious note, yes, Femi then gets the school. I think 3 runners then go for this year. So.
No. I think so. This year we don't get a lot more than this. So we have a few corporate companies them. With this supports the charity and the runners and the car run, because basically a lot of people want to enter the London Marathon, but for make you enter you get for either qualify or you get for be very lucky or you get for one for a charity. So because we get an existing charity now, we they use Dandy for attract runners them.
Ishmael Sanko gets a natural invitation every year.
Because of in fitness.
And his time is one of the elite time, so he's always drawn. And because obviously for the obvious reason he raised money for NSPCC, significant amount of money every year, he falls into that category where his name is one of those top 4,000 people, 10,000 people that is got automatically allocated numbers. So you know, I think to be very fair, me and Ahmed go there. We not give enough plaudit to Ishmael quite a lot. Some of us has done it just by putting noise in the community, because that's what we do. But we are where we are because of his work towards us, towards driving and not sharing his own passion alone, but also sharing it, wanting to share it to the community. So I think Ahmed go join me for we actually say a big thank you, which we don't say very often. As I said, I'm SpongeBob. He soaks up everything that I bring to him under pressure, because I'm more community orientated, and but as well as that, his vision to expand this to a wider global reach is there. You know, T-Boy Ojuma asked about this. There is a plan to expand it wider. There is also a plan, I see Auntie Marie asked me earlier on, can we take it outside of the budget pack? Yes, we have done it. We've taken it outside of budget pack. We have been invited in areas like Clapham, Balam, and Kennington Junior Park 1 when we go there, and we're supporting them now. So we plan to reach out to other communities. And I know there's one of my aunties that within West London who have been going recently. We say una can't give it time on our time. So there are people that would follow it, and this is testament to the work we in the Ishmaels and Kodon put together. So we want to use this opportunity to say thank you to him as well for his selflessness.
Yeah, thank you, DJ Ish. Thank you, DJ Ish.
All right, thank you very much, Ishmael. Make it not bigger because we can't have my Well, over to you, Juma. But Ishmael, anyway, we'll talk after the program. Definitely, there's a lot that you have done within the community when it comes to run, and I think you should be one of the pioneers leading that race. But definitely, we'll come back to that on later dates. But over to you, Juma.
All right, thank you so much, T-Boy, and the panelists, them, DJ Ish, the Moses, Mr. Little, and Dr. Ahmed Kamara. We appreciate una always for work una they do na the community, particularly for inspire others and encourage a lot of new ways on thinking feel say we can't do great things, And obviously me just want for join for ask everybody within at the UK within the Sierra Leonean community for grab this opportunity and be part of this great initiative, because you achieve two things. They say, well, body na gently. So you will come, you socialize, and at the same time, you keep fit where you cannot buy. Then no matter how kind medication, doctor's advice or whatever, you have to do it. So if you day among people that can do them together in a fun way, for virtually nothing, grab the opportunity and be part of it. That's all I want to say, and wish you all the best. And we say being good in also virtually for monitor. And if I would all week then because something I'm middle net. If I don't week something, we say being good join. But kudos and thank you so much for the selflessness for inspire members of the community. Thank you and good night to our viewers from my end.
For the selflessness.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. And thank you for the viewers for watching this program. I know for today is a Thursday and some people have to go to work. And I believe still I don't spend enough time for listening to all the discussion we don't put up today in regards to the countdown for one. Really happen on Saturday. All right. And Saturday's event is going to be jam-packed, so definitely you have to be there on time. And I remember the last year one was fully loaded. And when I saw the race line, there was a minimum of 50 to 100 people. And I think it was a very successful race. And I think if you were not part of it last year, try as much as possible as you can to be part of it on Saturday, because it is also good for your health. It is also good for you to be able to interact. You might bump into people that you haven't seen for years, and there are going to be a lot of photo opportunities for people that you haven't seen for long. You can hang out and talk to them, have a chat before you leave. And you also take home a medal, at least that will shows that you have participated in a 5K fun run. It is a fun run, but at the same time, it also helps your health and well-being. And there are going to be so many other people there on Saturday who are going to be talking about different forms of health issues. And I think you should be also part of that particular session, because I think it's not just about running, but there will be people who will be talking about your health. I know cancer has been one of the greatest killer over the years, and our community is suffering a lot from that within the past 5 to 10 years. So it's about time for us to be talking to people who are experts, and we also have people who are going to be sharing their own experiences with you, likely who are going to be around, and people who are going to be talking about other health issues. We have women issues. Women are going to be around who encourage you to do the impossible that you don't normally do every other day. So there are going to be a lot of activities on the day. Whilst people are running, and if you're not running, you can bring your own soft chair if you can. You have a folding chair that you can bring along. You can have a seat. Whilst people are running, you'll be able to interact and get yourself involved in other activities.
Simon, somebody don't volunteer say one for do commentary on the day, because for when you ask, so one for the comment. Bernadette Abu, so you want for be the commentator on the day. So
okay, no problem. We'll take that on board, and definitely, like I said, we're going to make it a media-friendly environment as well. So if we have Bernadette who's willing, already don't volunteer for the commentary, and make sure say you get your sporting gears, even though you're doing commentary. You have to be jogging at some point, because you'll be talking to some runners who possibly will not be able to stand and talk to you, but they might be jogging instead of running. It's not about winning the race, it's about participating. And I think on that day, everybody is going to be part of the race. Everybody is going to be involved in one way or the other, regardless of your age, your gender, your nationality. As long as you're within that confinement of where we are and you registered, which is about £10, definitely you are going to be part of that particular community on Saturday. And don't forget to still link up with DJ Little, Dr. Ahmed, and Ishmael, because they still have more space and they still have open hands to generous people. If you want to donate, please donate as much as you can in terms of financially. If you want to donate drinks, please donate water. And Ishmael, how can they reach out to you guys? Can they follow you through on your social media platforms?
Yeah,
or how can they reach out to you if they want to do donations?
Yeah, our numbers are there online on the flyer. I mean, our numbers are there. We are reachable.
Okay. because I see so many people who possibly I haven't seen on the platform that are quite new to us, and definitely they might want to know. And also they are asking whether you're going to be giving discounts for groups or organizations.
Okay, I actually we don't talk about that just now, and we'll give discounts because even us as Countdown, we get a bigger race when at the big half, Vitality Big Half, way now on Sunday, where they happen before the London Marathon. And because I apply for community space, the event is £46 for registration, but I was given a discount of now £10 with the pay per person because of community registration. So people will get discounts. If we can do the same thing in Countdown, we can do the same thing. Countdown at 10, we can still give a discount.
Okay, thank you very much. I just want to highlight that and make sure that you give the audience, then we will ask the questions now the YouTube page anyway. But I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to your contributions online. Thank you to your contributions in your own little way. Even though you might not be able to go, please prepare some fruit salad, prepare some fruit, buy some water, and make your own donation to the group. We're definitely going to be there. Femi will be there. I will be there. Juma is going to be around virtually. And we know the timeline between us and America is great, but we'll be able to have Juma at some point. And definitely we're going to go live as well. So we just want to let people know that we're going to be going live, and it's not going to be on anything other than the activity that is going to happen on that particular day itself. So please be mindful and make sure you're ready, because you'll be going on camera. It's just about having fun and walking around and sharing your own experience with people. And also don't forget, there will be photo opportunities with people who are going to be coming from different parts of the world, specifically from France. And we all know what a household name we have in France within the past 10, 15 years that has given us a lot of Olympic medals, even though she wasn't representing Sierra Leone, but she's a Sierra Leonean. And that is what we're proud of. It doesn't matter what country you represent, but as long as you're Sierra Leonean, you have represented us. And that is how we take things very seriously. These guys are doing this not for nothing, but just because they want to put Sierra Leone on the map for something positive. That's why they come together and decide to name this Countdown Fun Run for every Sierra Leonean. So be part of it. Be there on Saturday and make sure you come with your right gears and play it safe, so that you'll be able to go back home safe. So until Saturday, I will say goodbye and thank you to the rest of the team. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, this na time for all Salon people and them party them. Sierra Leone Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports, and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy, and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO, because we get Bebe program then like Salon discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour, and the Gladi program, Look Me, I Look You. All this they start soon na www.sierragemedia.org. Now who's tem these?
Famous. No, yeah.
See, where are the sings so God? Now me know how to feel. Where the sing so? Now me know how to feel. Ain't God, you just see them the millet. Why she comping just a better? You see them no more the millet. Why so the man to return for? How you gonna live this life just for the fella another person now? How you gonna live this life just for the fella you brought them in down? Ain't God, yeah, lily, lily, yeah, yeah, lily, lily. See, oh God, this thinking make I wonder why me no for carry gold. Hey God, this thinking make I wonder why me no go get your AI. This thinking make I wonder why me no go get shy. And God, this thinking make I wonder why me where you know say some man them get seven, them get sour right around them ways. Oh God, some man them get smelly, them get to where you know go know famous. I don't know who I have forgot. Now this wall we're full of wickedness. Yes. I don't look left and I don't look right, but grandma can tell me say some problem can there. And I fall look under your foot, look under your foot. Look under your foot, mama, look under your foot. Never look under your foot. Look under your foot, yeah. Look under your foot, mama, look under your foot. Ah. Oh God, this thinking make I wonder why me no for carry gold. Hey God, this thinking make I wonder why me no go get your AI. This thinking make I wonder why me no go get shy. And God, this thinking make I wonder why me when you know say some man them get similar, them get to right here on their ways. Oh God, some man them get tight, them get seven, where you know go know. Hey, famous.
I love my country, baby. It's a long, now we go with this. Cloud Diamond, Africa D-Line.
Sweet alone, what a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone, cause if we point, Usa we go. Sweet alone, what a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone, cause if we point, Usa we go. Everybody me say welcome, if we all this country so strong. Everybody me say stand up, if you like Salon say yeah. Then say yeah. Then say yeah. So good in the morning, the land is just gloomy, the moon is going, the cloud is forming, the cocks are blowing, dew is follow the back to come. Everybody running inside Switzerland today. The land is yummy. See the mommy they cooking fufu. The party smoking cigarettes. Rajo they watch baby musu. We they find out the countries. Right in West Africa, on the Atlantic Ocean. Inside this land, so much I can boast of. Look at the good plantation. From the beach, I get meditation. Make me not wear this nation. I get L-O-V-E for me alone. Yeah, for me alone. Love for me alone. Sweet alone. What a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, who's we go? Sweet alone. What a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, who's we go? Everybody missing well done. If we own this country so strong. Everybody missing stand up. If you like salon, say yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Then say yeah. Then say yeah.
I know a L-O-V-E, Sierra Leone. Was a L-O place where sweet let go. We got diamond box, I silver and gold. So that we make count for the young and old. I mean for let we serve, help we serve. Also you come for the bars, you want for butchers. Peace, love and unity, now for put first. For the jealousy and watch or that don't make sense. Togetherness is one, but wait for we success. So get up and go walk, I'll sit down for the top. I criticize the government just for mix up. But that on the pay, so we need for put stop. Have for hustle for you all, no matter how you struggle the bone. This life without pain, not easy, not in the zone. Just forget to live in, myself can go slow. We like to say I go, I never forget about this all.
Sweet alone, what a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, who's we go? Sweet alone, what a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, who's we go? Everybody missing well done. If we own this country so strong. Everybody missing stand up. If you like salon, say yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Then say yeah. Say, sweet alone how we own. Each and every one God take care of his own. So we all remember say, this country now we own. Each and every one for take care of us alone. I will exalt thee, realm of the free. Great is the love where I get for so long. I got enough drunk a one for maintain this my land. No matter the situation, I get love for so long. I got enough every day, no day pamphlet. Blessing up picking go school, make it go land the boo. I don't owe me all like farmer, put the country part up for any attack. Me the way me boo. I got enough every day, no day pamphlet. Blessing up picking go school, make it go land the boo. I don't owe me all like farmer, put the country part up for any attack. Me the way me boo. Sweet alone, what a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, who's we go? Sweet alone, what a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, who's we go? Everybody missing well done. If we own this country so strong. Everybody missing stand up. If you like salon, say yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Then say yeah.
Silverstone Beats.
People killing, people dying, children hurting, hear them crying. You can practice what you preach, or would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. People got me questioning, where is the love?
See this life going evil, we all have to give, oh yeah, yeah. Cause all I see is evil, and too much killing of my people, yeah, yeah. So let's bless one another, yeah, yeah. So let's help one another. I sing again, yeah.
What's me, I don't see this kind of thing where they happen. This not for be education opportunity. Now in we need, let we learn for the share, not to attempt for big greed.
See this life, the live, oh. This is where we lose and we know. Stop killing one another. Let's stand together, yeah. Stop playing the hero. Look
Don't take our joy, take our joy. This study time we stop now crime. Don't blind by this life, your future.
Stop the stabbing, stop the killing. Let's love one another. Peace.
I see fighting every day, I see dying every day. Why don't we help each other and pave the way for a better life, a life that we all deserve? Instead of killing each other, why don't we preserve? So you wanna be a bad man, he's gonna be a badder man. You got a big knife, he's gonna get a bigger knife. Our people suffered for years in chains. Now we turn on each other, cut for gains. For the ones that send the youth to kill themselves, you pretend to be a father figure but only care for yourself. You are nothing but the flesh of the devil. You're evil, low life on another level. Think about the mothers and the pain they go through. You don't care for these kids, they mean nothing to you. But karma only knows the boomerang maneuver. One day the green reaper will be your remover.
They settle the range, ranting off some sanctimonious food. Is as poetic verses, ruminate a prophecy given to a sentient dude. So I say it's as it is for you to listen and deduce the wisdom that's gonna liberate and galvanize you. Under the sun ain't nothing new, that for black on black crimes and breaking news. Under the sun ain't nothing new.
You gotta stand up. Stand up for what you believe in. Gotta stand up. Stand up for what is right. 'Cause if you got me, then I've got you too. Regardless of what you've been through, even when you're feeling new. Do this if we try. There's no time to waste, no time. Together forever, whatever the weather. Us as a unit working together.
See, I did not London, but me heart still at home. God don't lift me up, but me heart still at ground. You will never go far if you don't know where you're from. So I don't do it for myself, I'ma do it for the young. Please to my brothers, let's do it for the youngers. Why spend a bag on a jumper? Back where you're from, people dying with hunger. With people then they suffer. You then I you the bluff, it's copper. You the game need for change. Like we not get up. Where's the love? Where's the love, yo? Where's the love? I said,
where is the love? Little youth, let's take time. Stop all the knife and the gun crime. Think of the future, paint that picture. Get a youth in the future. Peace gonna rain on me. Peace gonna rain on me. Yeah.
Let's stop the violence and come together. Get rid of knives and guns and bombs, let's be together. With peace and love, golden hopes through storm and weather. See what is going on. Where is love?
Tell me, how do you feel when you see your brothers and sisters lying down the street helplessly? And what will you do if you die today and find yourself in hell?
I want to ask you this. Look inside your eyes and answer me with all the truth. Where you get, whose side the love they?
When I left. Boku man them get nef. If you live by the nef, you go suffer. You know get sense, you know sabi say nef not for butter. Stabbing guys, yeah that's uncool. When it comes to knives, yeah I'm anti. What happened to fighting guys with your hands, G? When you stab a man, it's not one man you stab. Just remember that you stab a whole family.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and hear them crying. You can practice what you preach, or you